This is me. This is my cat. This is me when I didn't like cats. So how did I get from there to here? Well, the year was 1885. Just kidding, obviously. Here's the real story. I was raised very much in a dog household. I always understood dogs. I could always tell what they were thinking or what they wanted. But with cats, I couldn't do the same. So I was scared of them. I was scared that they could bite me or scratch me at any given time for no reason at all, when really, I was just scared of something that I didn't understand. We had a family dog, Marbles. She was cool as hell. And I also had a dog of my own. This is Kiki. She was my first little soulmate, my baby. She was the runt of the litter and almost died when her mama died suddenly. I bottle fed her and watched her grow into the tiny but feisty bean that she was. She was the only little soul that could always bring a smile to my face. She was there for my first love and my first heartbreak. She slept with me every night until I moved out for college, and she'd still sleep with me whenever I'd come home. She lived to be 15 years old. I still cry every now and then because I miss her so much, and when I'm lucky, I still dream about her. Throughout my life, I've had many other animals, in addition to little Kiki. I've had a chameleon, a rat, a turtle, 2 hamsters, a chicken, and I also raised a duck. The story of how Pip the duck came to be my responsibility is honestly really long and convoluted, but long story short, he was my next little soulmate. Because he was given to me as a cold egg that might have a duck in it, I couldn't bear the thought of not giving this little ducky a chance to live. So I acquired an incubator and monitored him over the next couple weeks without even knowing if he was still alive or would ever even grow or hatch. But then it happened. And once he hatched, he was my boy. He slept in his aquarium next to my bed, and he'd cry if he couldn't see me. He was my little buddy. We really didn't spend much time apart because if I wasn't with him, he would get distressed. If I took a shower, he would hang in the bathroom. When I went to work, he'd come with me. If I visited my family, so did he. We'd run and play, and since he was a duckling, he imprinted on me and followed me everywhere I went. But I knew that my life wasn't suited for a sweet little duckling, so I took him to live with Farm Sanctuary. I sobbed when I said goodbye. But he deserves to live a full little duck life. Now, he lives in New York State and is a big handsome boy with other ducks and birds, and he still loves people. I hope to visit him someday soon. As time went on and my friends and I all got older, they started the conversation about getting pets. And in a pinch, I agreed to babysit my friend's cat for a week. I don't know why I said yes, because I really didn't know anything about cats, but she knew I loved animals, and I'm so glad I said yes. Shinobi. He was so silly and so cool and really was just so easy. And I remembered what it was like to come home to a little soul. I also learned that cats just want to hang and see what you're doing. After that, one by one, all my friends started getting new kittens. For the first time, I was really able to experience cats as kittens and learn how to understand and interact with them. Altogether, these babies weeded out my fear of cats, broadened my understanding, and convinced me that I needed a baby of my own. One Sunday, I Googled cat adoptions and found a shelter that felt right. I decided to visit and pick up some brochures, but my soon-to-be son had a different idea. I walked in, signed in, and then saw him. His name was Sunny. I walked up to his little cage where he slept by himself. He opened one eye, looked at me, and then came up to the edge of the cage to give me his little paw. He was wiry, with coarse hair and a little underweight. We played together, and again, I knew he was my boy. The next day, I called the shelter to officially tell them that he was mine. And the day after that, I picked him up, named him James, and brought him home. I expected it to take him a while to acclimate, but he immediately made himself at home. We played all night, and at the end of the night, I sat down on the floor and he crawled into my lap and fell asleep. I couldn't believe that this baby had chosen me so quickly. From that point on, we've been pretty obsessed with each other. I call him my little duckling because, like Pip, he follows me wherever I go.
Baby?
As he grew and got an emergency bath after jumping in the toilet, it became clear that he wasn't wiry or coarse at all. He was just dirty. He is now the fluffiest, chunkiest, and beautifulest boy you've ever seen. And I almost never felt his love, just because I was ignorant of how cats see the world. I still want a dog sibling for James at some point, but right now, my life just isn't suited for it. What is bizarre is that now, since I pretty publicly have a cat, people assume that I'm not a dog person, when in reality, I spent the first 24 years of my life being afraid of cats. So when people ask if I'm a dog lover or a cat lover, I say neither, because honestly, I'm just an animal lover.